teams will battle it out for digital bragging rights. It's Destination Vacation here on Arena! Welcome to Arena, everyone, the show that turns multiplayer games into competitive sport. I'm Lee Rehrman, and we're continuing our trek for this year's Tournament of Champions, where our teams will compete for an all-expenses paid week of fun in the sun, courtesy of Arena.
Today on Arena, we will be playing DDR Max 2 Dance Dance Revolution, Call of Duty, and SOCAM 2 U.S. Navy SEALs. The Allied Knights have their eyes on the prize after winning last time, but the Militia stands stoically in their way.
Let's get right to the action and check in with Kevin, who's here inside and is in the console pit.
All right, thanks, Lee. Now, our players had better get into the groove today because we're going to get things moving with DDR Max 2 on the PlayStation 2.
Rhythm, coordination, and even some athletic ability are required to do well in the game. So it goes without saying that this should be pretty interesting, if not somewhat dangerous.
Now, each player will get a chance to shake it on the dance pad, and the highest score will win the round. But enough talking, it's time to boogie.
And here we go, Kevin, round one underway. We got Crash for the Allied Knights, shaking his booty next to Militia's Paladin.
Paladin works too, Lee. It's all right. I think the least thing he has to be embarrassed about right now is the mispronunciation of his name.
It's not Paladin?
No. Oh, he's getting a little flustered on the triple step, but he comes right back. And I think he's actually singing it under his breath, Lee. Oh, he got an 11 combo going on. 12, 13, 14. Lee, $5 says he makes 20.
This
$5
shows
right
you
here. Here it goes.
This shows you
Oh!
most gamers are light in the personality department. They sure as heck can't dance.
And the Arena studio shakes as these two warriors battle it out. The testosterone is flying, Lee. And it goes into a flurry of left steps, followed with a double combo on the right.
And Paladin, not to be confused with Paladin, has broken away.
And it looks like Militia is going to take round one of DDR Max.
2. For the Allied Knights, we've got Bruce Leroy dancing to the oldies next to the Militia's
Nice Asian guy.
nice Asian guy.
Stereotypes aside, this could be a great match. And we've got a split hold coming up right here. Both of them missed the split and hold. Not willing to part the sacks for this one, Lee.
Looks like Bruce Leroy for the Allied Knights has a slight lead.
A double kiki coming up. And the Allied Knight almost holds onto it, lost his footing. You hate to see that.
Bruce Leroy just taking it to the nice Asian guy.
And our favorite Asian grabs the hold. He could come back right here if he manages the right hold step. No good. Allied Knights with a commanding lead here. The room reeks of heterosexuality.
I don't know what room you're in, pal.
And unfortunately, Militia is not able to follow up on their strong round one victory. Round two goes to the Allied Knights.
3.
Lee, you're responsible for pressing X.
You got it. The Allied Knights, it's People Knobber versus Militia's Folk Gore.
And Fulgore is clearly focused on this one, Lee. He is out to stake his claim in the DDR world.
Look at the intensity on the faces of these guys, Kevin.
He's been training daily for 4.5 years. His mother actually drove him to the local mall for DDR practice.
And Fulgore is running away with it.
He's tapping away with a vengeance, but unfortunately he's unable to keep up with People Knobber for the Allied Knights. Let's see if he gets the northern hold. He's got it so far. That was okay. The game thought he was all right.
And Fulgore is just running away with it. Nearly 2 million points.
The beads of man's sweat dripping down his brow. He even folded his socks down for this round, Lee.
Well, it's amazing that People Knobber was even able to transport his body via his speed into the studio here.
And Fulgore is landing every single step here. Nails it down, hold follows it up. Oh, he can't get the northern. But I have a feeling that single missed arrow is not going to hurt him as round three comes to a close, Lee.
And it's all Fulgore for Team Militia.
4.
And our fourth and final round, Kevin, for Militia. It's Matt Check versus the Allied Knights. J-Dog.
And Matt Check, I mean, this is a hard song here, Lee. And right off the bat, Matt Check doing a great job. He nailed the left and right split. He even got an up-down Watusi. He's holding strong. I saw him stretching in the pregame, and he looked determined.
Well, the last battle between Fulgore and People Knobber was one of intensity. These guys are laughing so much, they might just fall right off the pad there, Kevin.
It's a close battle, Lee. They're neck and neck at this point. This is definitely the hardest song of the entire playlist, Lee. But they're keeping up. They're doing a decent performance.
And so far, it's all Matt Check, well over the 4 million mark, with J-Dog just shy of 3 million.
Oh, they're just getting warmed up as the arrows start swarming the upper portion of the screen. And the song comes to end.
It is going to be Matt Check, and quite an impressive performance by Militia here.
And And Fulgore gets +10 to charisma for an excellent showing in DDR, but here on Arena, it's all about the score. And the Militia's point leader, Paladin, is with Stacy right now.
Thanks, Kevin. I'm here with the dancing machine himself. How you feeling about your performance?
I'm just very happy I survived. This is not a game I play normally. This is a game I watch, and if I get on it, I make a fool of myself. So I'm very happy I was able to help my team and win the round.
Well, Call of Duty is next. What's your plans for that game?
We're just going to divide up into our specialties. We're going to divide up into attackers. We're going to divide up into snipers, and then we're just going to go kick some butt.
Alrighty, well, it's time to meet the rest of his team. Here are the Militia and their opponents, the Allied Knights.
We met each other online through friends, acquaintances. We've been going for about 3 years now. People come in, if they're friendly in our server, we recruit them. That's about it.
I'm a group manager for a production company. I enjoy my job. I look forward to going home and playing video games all the time, though.
I'm an audio engineer. Gaming's pretty much my hobby. I spend more time than I'd like to admit playing games.
I work in rapid prototyping with Norm. I go part-time school at Oakland Community College, and I play a lot of EverQuest when I get the time after.
I work in an old people's home. I go to Monaco Community College. Like everyone else here, I play video games more than my dad likes me to. We practice pretty hard just for the show.
Strategies are going to have to change as we play.
It's pretty much going to rely on what the other team does.
The Militia, well, you see Irvine students. We all met in the dorms, and I've seen the show a few times, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to try it, and I dragged these three along, and I think they're pretty happy for it.
You kind of forgot to mention that we're going to be on TV.
I did not forget. No, I didn't.
Why don't you argue about it?
Are we ready?
We're all big military history buffs. We're interested in pretty much everything. We go through like World War II, Vietnam, World War I.
Video games are great stress relief when we all, have pretty big academic loads. We play a lot of shooting games, something where we can take out our aggression that we'd like to take out on classmates or teachers.
I have about 5 classes today, and I'm not going to any of them. I have a midterm tomorrow. Kind of need to get started on that.
All right, Paladin, you better take off your dancing shoes, grab a gun. It looks like Allied Knights do need to protect a few more boogie nights if they want to compete, but they never claim to have rhythm, so we'll see how they do in Call of Duty as they continue on their quest for Destination Vacation. That's coming up right here on Arena. Welcome back, everyone, to Arena. Now, before the break, it wasn't pretty, but the Militia won the DDR dance-off and took the console point. But now it's time to tango on the battlefield as we move on to Call of Duty. Let's go to Kevin in the PC ring.
Thank you very much, Lee. Now, Call of Duty is a squad-based shooter that drops players into the European trenches of World War II. The game mode is Headquarters, where the objective is to capture and defend a randomly placed radio. Today's map is Rocket, where a bunker system provides the opportunity for close-range combat, while the open environment on the surface is ideal for snipers. Let's see who will claim the 2 points in this round.
1.
And Call of Duty is underway. Round 1 with the Allied Knights as the allies, fittingly, and the Militia as the Axis.
And it looks like the Allied Knights have already secured the radio, Lee.
Good job, guys.
And they are in control early on. Let's see if Militia can play a little catch-up here.
Come on, guys, we gotta go get it.
And J-Dog goes down, taken out by Madcheck.
Oh, they're coming up.
Where'd he get you, Jay?
Once you capture that radio and take it to headquarters and establish a base around it, each 45 seconds you earn 45 points.
AZN making excellent use of that lean feature. Crouched down behind a rock, he peeks out, but he gets out a little too far and gets taken out by Knobber for Team Allied Knight.
And it takes 30 seconds to respawn, as nice Asian guy will just soon discover.
Paladin using those DDR skills here in Call of Duty. I'll explain the lack of score.
Dude!
And while it's not a team kill, Militia a little upset. A little friendly fire, draining the health bar, Lee. The worst place for friendly fire, men's locker room. Bruce crouched down momentarily, peeks up from behind a tree, goes prone, trying to take out a member of Team Militia.
Thanks, Lauren. That's your second friendly fire kill.
And the Allied Knights, having been, you can say it, outright embarrassed in our little dance contest in this console round, now we're showing why the Call of Duty is their game.
You got me.
And a nice Asian guy does a not-so-nice thing and kills a member of Team Allied Knights.
Careful, they have a lot of snipers, so watch if you stand still.
The Allied Knights are running away with round 1 of Call of Duty.
And that's going to do it. The Allied Knights pick up where they left off with 270 points to 0, Kevin.
Good job, guys.
All Allied Knights here in Call of Duty.
2.
Round 2 underway, Kevin. First round was all Allied Knights. Let's see if it's a fluke or if they truly are that much better than Militia.
Matt Check takes a little friendly fire.
Stop shooting me!
Drains his health bar just a bit.
Right, our bunker again.
Allied Knights quickly taking control of the radio.
Garden.
And an excellent strategy by the Allied Knights lead. Notice they get possession of the radio and then they retreat to an outside position to wait for the opposition. Paladin and Matt Check making their way towards the radio. Bruce Leroy prone atop a hill waiting for them. And Bruce Leroy gets taken out. Matt Check follows suit. The dead bodies are everywhere, Lee.
Got me by the second bunker.
It's very difficult to find that radio once your opponent has formed a perimeter around it.
And Fulgore mows down a member of the Allied Knights as Team Militia tries to mount some sort of an offense here in round 2.
Yeah.
Fulgore gets taken down.
They're still by the north corner area.
J-Dog and Crash working as a team. Excellent job.
And no serious runs at that radio for Militia.
And Paladin looks down the barrel of his gun. Oh, crap.
And Paladin goes down.
And another 45 points for the Allies, doing an excellent job of securing that radio lead.
And down goes Matt Check. Valiant effort.
The Allied Knights proving to be a force that you can't really reckon with. J-Dog low on health, not even a sliver.
Paladin goes down again. Poor guy's only taking it on the chin after a fantastic Danny Terrio dance routine.
Danny Terrio? Millions of them.
Your reference is lost on the under 25 crowd, Lee. I'm sorry. And Paladin mows down a teammate out of frustration.
And down goes Paladin.
I know. You shot me again. Look, I'm not trying to shoot you.
Team Militia is going to have to watch the friendly fire in round 3 if they hope to stand a chance against Allied Knights, Lee.
And that's it. 272 zipperoo Allied Knights.
Stop shooting each other. Shooting each other is really not helping.
3.
In round 3, Kevin, it's going to be all academic as the first 2 rounds were taken by the Allied Knights. But remember, the all-important point totals, total kills, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, Militia's clearly playing for the MVP here, Lee. Of course, in order to become an MVP, they should probably get some kills or try to capture the radio, etc., etc., etc.
I'm gonna head them off, get the radio, guys.
And within no time, Lee.
It's magical how quickly these guys grabbed that radio, set up their headquarters, and started accumulating points.
Militia trying to mount an offense here. J-Dog and Crash checking the perimeter for enemies.
I hear footsteps in there.
J-Dog using sound cues to let his teammates know he heard an enemy coming from down below, and it was Matt Check, and he mowed him down, and a nice Asian guy gets the same metal facial. Things are not looking good for Team Militia, Lee.
Well, the Allied Knights have just played methodically here in Call of Duty, while Militia has become more and more desperate.
But a member of Team Militia is at the radio, Lee. He's destroying it.
They spawned behind us.
Will he manage to? Yes, Team Militia manages to destroy the radio.
Where is it? Where's it?
Paladin with teammate in hand, searching around for the radio. They think they're on it. According to the radar, they are. The radio is nowhere to be found. Fire rings out as Crash. The Allied Knights goes down. The radio has spawned. Paladin and teammate are there.
Stop shooting, it's a radio, you sugar.
Friendly fire goes off again. Apparently Paladin was supposed to put it on the oldies station. And they are in control of the radio lead. Oh, and Paladin gets taken out with a headshot as J-Dog for the Allied Knights makes his way inside unscathed. He is capturing the radio, or destroying it rather. And the Allied Knights manage to destroy the radio and stop Militia from getting closer to the all-important MVP. J-Dog chucking some grenades, and Team Militia scatters outside of the bunker. Excellent grenade placement by J-Dog, taking out multiple members of Militia.
There's Asian left, I don't know where he is.
I'm in the bunker.
As Bruce Leroy secures the radio, J-Dog goes out to secure the perimeter. And the Allied Knights, once again, are in control of La Radio.
147 to 23, and Call of Duty goes to Allied Knights.
So Team Allied Knights showed that the best offense is a good defense as they quickly established control of the radio and secured the perimeter. On the flip side, however, the Militia couldn't kill the Allies, so they turned on one another. Well, let's go check in with Stacy, who's standing by with J-Dog from Team AK.
Thank you, Kevin. J-Dog, after the disaster in DDR2, how'd you pull off such a solid comeback?
It really came down to what we studied at home. We knew exactly where they were going to spawn and how they were going to check the radio, so we just watched their spots and got them before they even came close to us.
Sounds good. Now, you are going for win number 2 today. Feeling any pressure heading into the next round?
Yeah, we feel just a little bit of pressure because we know the one guy on the team's off to go to SOCAM, so as long as we take him out, the other three will fall pretty easily.
Well, we wish you luck, and Lee, it's all yours.
Did I hear him talking about doing some homework? Nice job, young man. We're showing all the parents that one. The Allied Knights continue their Call of Duty decimation as they wreck the Militia in this round. And as our teams prepare for battle in SOCOM 2, check out our website and do a little homework of your own at g4tv.com/arena, where you can read player profiles and sign up to get your team on the show. Our final showdown is coming up next here on Arena. Welcome back, everyone, to Arena. Now, so far, it's been a tale of two games as the Militia, they had their dancing shoes on to dominate DDR, but the Allied Knights, well, they got ugly, took a big gun, and won Call of Duty. So it's all come down to SOCAM 2 to see who will move closer to our all-expenses-paid vacation. Let's go to Kevin, who's right over there, to get things started. Kevin.
Yes, thanks, Lee. Now, our third and final game is SOCOM 2 U.S. Navy SEALs. Now, before the show, a coin flip determined that the Militia will be the SEALs and the Allied Knights will be the opposing force. Now, the mode is extraction, where the SEALs must infiltrate their opponent's stronghold and rescue a group of hostages. Today's map is Fishhook, which is set in a seaside village. Let's see better days. Now, there are plenty of opportunities for close quarters combat, but snipers will also feel right at home. So now let's get to the action with SOCOM 2.
1.
And round one is underway. Militia will assume the role of the U.S. Navy SEALs, while the Allied Knights will be the opposing force, protecting and trying to keep those hostages under their power, Kevin.
Right off the bat, Lee, we see Matt check for Team Militia, taking a different route than his teammates. He's going solo, chucking a nade over a wall, see if he manages to actually pop anybody. And he does. Matt check for Militia takes down a member of Team Allied Knights. Paladin and Fulgore moving in tandem. They've made their way to the little wooden fence. A nice Asian guy plants a little C4 and blows a hole in the wall.
Hey, right behind you. Ow, 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 ow.
I'm seeing some muzzle flash. Who is that?
That's Knobber. And Knobber goes down.
People are getting fragged left and right. Like the bodies are dropping.
And Militia, the U.S. Navy SEALs, moving in short order toward those hostages.
And Militia has two surviving members now. Bruce Leroy is still in it. And Bruce Leroy is taking some fire from Natchek and Paladin. It's 2-on-1. Bruce Leroy goes down. The SEALs are victoriously. Militia runs away with round one of SOCOM 2.
And we see the end zone dance, which looks a little bit like the DDR. And we got two of them.
They brought in actual Marines to motion capture those moves.
2.
Round two's up. Again, Militia as the U.S. Navy SEAls going after Allied Knights as the opposing force trying to get to those hostages, and it was all Militia in the last round, Kevin.
Right off the bat, Natchek using the same strategy, chucking some frag grenades over wall, takes out a member. Looks like Bruce Leroy was taken out. Clearly, Natchek knows this map. He knows exactly how he wants to play it. His team is following suit. Natchek up and over a wall, lobbing another grenade over a fence, which I'm assuming he's going to blow with C4 eventually.
And Crash laying in wait for the members of the U.S. Navy SEALs, the Militia guys.
And Natchek runs into People Knobber and takes him down. And a firefight breaks out.
Hey, turn around, Fulgore, turn around.
Natchek and Fulgore, obviously the aggressors, as Natchek goes down, but also does Crash.
Lee, the Allied Knights are in trouble. They are now one strong. As a firefight breaks out, one member of Militia caught in the middle, and Paladin takes him down. And the celebration dance begins. J-Dog's eliminated, a little celebratory backflip. Round two of SOCOM goes to Team Militia.
Welcome down, it's not over yet.
It's mandatory in order to become a Navy SEAL to have 3 years of Jazz Tap League.
3.
Round three is underway. The Allied Knights, Kevin, better turn it around here in round three.
We've never seen them down in SOCOM, Lee. Let's see if they adjust their strategy, hopefully avoid those grenades right off the bat.
Natchek once again being the lead U.S. Navy SEAL for Militia.
But all members of Militia, really, Lee, they've all stepped it up here. And Natchek right now is making sure that Knobber for Team Allied Knights fights for his life, but he didn't put up much of a fight. He gets taken down early. Team Allied Knights now 3 strong. Natchek spots an enemy and starts unloading fire. The enemy retreats, and Natchek takes down Bruce Lee for the Allied Knights. The Allied Knights are now 2 strong. Natchek reloading in the middle of the firefight.
And down goes Natchek. And down goes J-Dog, I believe. There's bodies all over the map.
It is now 3-on-1, Lee. Oh, and peeking around a corner.
Crash goes down.
A nice Asian guy snuck around a corner and ran right into Crash and blindsided him. Round 3 and all of SOCOM 2 goes to Team Militia. So Militia turns the tide and sweeps the Knights in SOCOM 2, which means between their win in DDR and Team AK's victory in Call of Duty, today's winner boils down to the MVP points. And with his stellar performance in DDR and dominant performance in SOCOM, Natchek is the MVP, which means the Militia are our new champions and the proud owners of all the games on today's show. Now let's go with Stacy, who's with the winners.
Natchek, come on down here. Talk about your strategy in SOCOM.
You know, I own the game, and it's the only map I ever play, and it just happened to be the one we play. Watch out behind you.
Now, you basically won today for your team. How's it feel to be MVP?
Oh, it's awesome, man.
Sounds good? Well, best of luck to you and the militia. And with that, we're going to toss it over to Lee. Lee, did I tell you? You look pretty.
You sure did, and I'm glad you said it, because I feel pretty. Now, the Allied Knights, well, they're feeling for the exits. They had a nice run, but the militia, they proved that it takes rhythm and a quick trigger finger to win, but they've decided to take the one-and-done approach, kind of like most girls that Kevin goes out with, and they'll retire undefeated. So be sure to come back next time where we'll have two new teams hoping to start on the road to the fun and the sun of Destination Vacation, and they'll do it right here on Arena.
Have to use the codes.
BBA, BBA.
I've seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles naked.
L1, L1.
Zelda naked.
Left, left, left.
Mario no pants.
AB, AB.
R1, R1, R1.
Lakers naked. Master Chief, Pittsburgh Steelers, Manchester United.
But naked. R1, 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 R1.
Get cheats and walk through strategies for Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
You don't have a prayer of finishing your mission.
Don't worry, I'll get you over the hump.
Cheat tonight at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.